the other team's Gragas and Bandit.
Yep, that is right. All right. Now with that, with the bans all done, we have our first picks of the game for not Ghain Esports, but carrying Brandon. We have a Lucian, and as usual, Lucian is pretty strong. He is one of the best duelists for ADCs in a 1v1 matchup because of his passive, which gives him 2 auto attacks. Because of his dash, he can reposition anywhere he wants, so if he's in trouble, dash away and he'll be okay for the moment. Now for Ghain Esports, we have 10 seconds left on the clock. They are hovering over Sona and Ari. Let's see if they will lock them in. If they do lock in the Sona, great engage. And CJ, you wanted to say something there?
Both right away, they're already doing a high poke. The only problem is that super squishy, but early game, the bot lane will have Dom.
Yep, that is right. It's going to be squishy, but if she is able to land those crescendos onto the Lucian and carrying Brandon's mid laner, they will be in for a good time, as Ari will be able to follow up with a charm, with her Q, and just deal a lot of damage, as well with the ADC for Ghain Esports, which we will find out later. For Ghain Esports rival, carrying Brandon. I really need to write this down before I forget. Their second rotation, they have a Shaco, for sure, and they have a Thresh. Thresh is great overall. He can save people easily with his lantern. He can CC people, slow them to 99% with a 99% slow with his box, his ultimate. And that is a Shaco. He is a very snowbally champion. He puts down traps. If they're methodical, they can put it in a triangle and keep their victim forever feared for a good few seconds, so that will turn a game around.
I wouldn't be too surprised if we see an early game, since he has an ability that's pretty much flash, so most players will just take off flash and put ignite just for that extra. And ignite early game is very strong, so I expect early invade.
And Shaco might even just go for a counter gank, not a counter gank, but an invade level 1 to steal a buff and just get right out of there. But this is a tournament game, this game matters, believe it or not. So with that, we're going to go on to the second rotation for Ghain Esports. They picked up the Ezreal and the Riven. Riven is easily one of the most snowbally champions you can find. So if she is able to find a squishy, you can say goodbye, wind slash, a bunch of Qs. She has 4 dashes in total in her kit per cooldown rotation. That is a little insane. As for Ezreal, the marksman, he's good overall. With a tier Manamune and Muramana, with a Frozen Gauntlet, he is able to kite like a machine. He also has a blink ability, which will keep him safe most of the time.
Now they countered, well, they did a good pick against the Riven with Shen because of putting a tank against her. That way, it's not like a carry on a carry where it's whoever can outplay each other and then snowball. Where Shen is going to be consistently taking the whole game, so be able to just the 1v1 during the lane, late game, be able to use ulti on Lucian if Charm lands or if Wukong is in an ult. For ADCs, Wukong's a high annoyance because of how he can go invisible and jump on you in 2 seconds, knock you up, and then they can change. See that with Sona ulti, Riven stuff, Ari Chomp. So I think the Shen was a really good pick against that Riven.
Yes, it is very good. Now, like you mentioned, there are some interesting matchups in this game, interesting gank patterns that we will follow, and just like every other stream that we had to date, the jungler is key to snowball the game and win. Now, it is more, I would say Wukong would be more impactful, but I could be wrong, only time will tell. Because of his knockup, his ultimate is able to knock up many members in a circle and just keep dealing DPS that way. He's able to easily gap close because of his clone, where he goes invisible. The enemies aren't aware of his exact position unless they drop a pink ward to spot him, but he is very, very deadly that way. So if we take a look at both teams for carrying Brandon, we have once again the Shen top lane, the Shaco jungle, the Veigar mid lane. We've seen a few of those. It's going to be interesting. I love seeing Veigars in action. Not only because, oh hey, you are low HP, I'm just going to zap you with an ulti and you won't be living on this side of the
Click
earth for long.
click abilities are the greatest, especially when they're executed. You can see the high practice and skill cap.
We need more pro players, and that is what Veigar is bringing to the table with a point and click ability. It is going to be fun. If we take a look around, Shen will be able to save the Lucian if he ever gets in trouble. If he dashes into a wrong neighborhood and he is being caught out, Shen is there to save him, hopefully, if Riven doesn't interrupt him, because Riven has a stun. Yeah, she needs 4 dashes and a stun. Really, Riot? But anyway. She's able to stop the teleport from Shen. He won't be there, but Lucian will still gain the shield and still will be useful during that fight.
Oh, the good part about that, the way his E works is with the resets on his tap pass. Doublelift made a video of the pocket pick. It tells you exactly how to play Lucian and how to work his combo, because the more times you double tap with the passive, the less seconds will be on your E. So you could be dashing around very frequently. And if he goes the Yomu's Black Cleaver build, that's additional cooldown. So with Lucian is kind of like Ezreal in the sense that he has high mobility and he can dash, and Ezreal has his teleport walk. But with Wukong engaging or Riven engaging, Lucian could always retreat with that E and kite and then keep retreating.
That is right. Now, you did mention Doublelift. Doublelift was in Worlds for a short period of time, so we're going to talk about Worlds for a little bit as we load into game. Today we had SKT versus, was it Royal Never Give Up?
It was a good game. Royal Never Give Up won the first game. They played very strong. They had an early lead. I think they held on to it by staying aggressive throughout the whole game and not letting KT get any picks. It ended up not working out for them, and they lost 3-1.
So they had a great first game. Royal Never Gave Up, but unfortunately they were playing against the powerhouse SKTT1, and they were able, with the help of Faker and Co, able to take him out without a problem. Now we are into loading screen. Like I mentioned before, skins don't win games, but it is always nice to see how rich some people are playing at this college level. So we will see what is up as the players are loading in right now. Bunch of non-connecteds. There we go. We got Championship Thresh, Wildcard Shaco, Hired Gun Lucian, TPA Shen, Baron Von Veigar on carrying Brandon's team.
I expect this Shaco to be a major influence. You already know he's a Shaco main 7 flat, and he's repping the Cloud9 G8, even though they lost to Samsung.
Rest in peace. But they'll be back next year in the NALCS, and that will be fun. Unfortunately, there is no Winter League for LCS. I guess the players deserve a break after playing for like 2 seasons straight, and then Worlds if they make it that far. But yep, rest in peace Cloud9, and here we are into game. We have normal starts across the board. The only thing that I find slightly suspicious and good for carrying Brandon is a pink ward on Thresh. So they might want to put that down in the Tri-Brush as soon as they can, or they can keep it later to spot out some early trinkets, or just put it anywhere, really.
I can understand the pink ward, but the only problem with that is if you plan, especially against Sona, who's high, she can poke you down super fast, especially with Ezreal with Q, hits it, cooldown is 2 seconds, but Thresh won't be able to sustain in lane for too long because he only has 1 biscuit instead of the 3 or the 2, because the pink ward costs 75. biscuits are just 20. So it's good for vision overall, but in laning phase, might fall behind if Sona plays aggressively and lands a lot of Qs.
Yep, that's right. And I guess I can see a little bit more on White Thresh. Got it. You may have touched on this earlier, CJ, but he has Targons. He has the Targon shield. He doesn't, the Relic shield, my bad. And he is able to last hit the DCS if he can land it properly, because I know people in low elo. Yes, I'm looking at you.
Yes.
It is hard to CS. Harder than normal. Oh, snap. We have Sona accidentally taking the blue buff, and that will be a little harsh on the Wukong, as she is going to help him take the wolves. Little setback there.
A little major camp for Wukong, but I don't believe he burns through mana. He's not a mana hungry jungler. So I think they'll be able to bounce back, but again, this actually benefits Ezreal Sona lane, because now she can more willingly just burn abilities because she has a mana buff, so her mana will regain faster.
Yep, so a lot of free poke on the Sona bot lane will be there. A few seconds ago, top lane, we had the Shen use his Twilight Shroud to use 4 auto attacks onto the Riven, and she was lowered to half health, so that will be a little annoying for the Riven to deal with. As well as when Shen gets his little circle that he puts beneath him, and that ignores all auto attack damage. That's going to be a real pain for the Riven, but she has 3 damaging abilities in her queue almost simultaneously, so she'll be able to trade a little more, but that still will be an advantage for Shen top lane.
Now, I like how this Ahri is harassing perfectly this Veigar, making him have to CS under tower, which makes it 10 times harder, especially for a mage, to CS under tower for timing when the tower hits the minion and when it's last hit for a basic attack or his Q. Usually Veigar level Q first so they can stack it.
Puts her into the crib, but an event horizon and a free Q for Veigar onto the Ahri, and that will be the end of that confrontation. Now Veigar, it's a little early, but let's do a stat count. He has 10 extra ability power on that from his Q of his. Now Shen, he's looking top lane. Oh, we actually have a gang top lane. Shaco has just teleported in. Riven is running for the river. She is swimming as fast as she can. Wukong, like you mentioned, he's going to try to flank behind, but Riven is in no place to start attacking them because of her low HP. Shaco had Ignite, so that would have been an easy kill for Shaco, but Shaco's looking for trouble. Riven landed the Q, she knows that much, but...
Ignite on Riven. Good.
Riven gets out of there alive, and that is a summer blown for Riven and Shaco.
Shaco's continuing to chase Riven, but she's going to run back, and Wukong already back. So now, but Shaco now has vision and control of his red buff. So Wukong will probably get behind all of that, and Shaco will be more ahead.
Yes, you are right. At the time of you saying that, there were 2 trinkets down and a Shaco box, and that will be an easy red buff for Shaco to take. Now Wukong is in the area. He could look at the red buff, but he will learn that it had disappeared and Shaco was nearby. Take a look bot lane. Sona used the blue buff quite effectively because she still has full mana and Lucian is kind of low. So if they're able to keep up the poke bot lane, they might just be able to outpoke them and win the lane this way.
We have to say RIP to the board. It was a good buy, but good enough. It's destroyed now, sadly.
But the question is, was it worth it? Did it last more than 3 minutes?
I mean, right now he's full health. I don't think Sona is going full aggro on or Lucian, but playing it more on the safe side, not trying to be aggressive, because especially how lethal Shaco is at ganking, especially early game with Ignite, like I said earlier. But Ahri drops Ignite on Veigar. Veigar pops shield. He flashes out. Does survive. Barely any health or HP. Or health and mana.
Both tends to be the same thing. Now Riven, she is looking at the Shen top lane. Shen is quite low, but Riven just hit level 6. She is going in with the level 6. Free auto attacks onto the Shen, but
Taunt.
that is
Shield.
it. One for
She's
one.
taking aggro. They'll trade, but for Riven it's far more worth it since she gets extra gold because it's first blood.
That is right. What is your spectate at right now?
I'm at 630. I'm at 640 right now.
Okay, I'm like 3 seconds up on you, so that might be a little bit why you hear me jump the gun here. But Shaco's gonna clear a river in a pink ward. Yeah, that is logic. No, a pink ward in the river, and he will be looking for the blue buff. Wukong is taking a look. The wolf spirit just faded away, so he will not be able to see the Shaco coming in here. There's a ward being dropped. Shaco can still steal this with a smite, but he chooses to show himself. He knew the ward was dropped there. He is looking for the blue buff.
He's got 20 seconds on smite.
Oh, so Shaco will not be able to take this, no problem.
He backs off, not knowing. He drops the level 7, but Ahri comes. She's trapped. Lands crazy damage, exhaust on by. Shen ulti coming.
He is still running.
Nope.
And that's the end of that. Sona with the easy pick. Now Shaco looking to assassinate this Sona, but she burns the flash, so that saves her life. And Shaco, he's gonna have to protect mid from a 3-man siege. But it seems like Wukong and Sona are backing, and that will be the end of that confrontation.
Ahri is going to this #1 vantage point damage. She is working Veigar. He can't, in his defense though, he can't do anything because of the fact how Veigar only has that combo where if you don't land stun, you're probably not going to do any damage. And Ahri has that high mobility and high damage where when she throws her ball, it comes back for double damage.
As you saw there, the Lucian and Thresh lane, even though Thresh has taken Senna from Lucian, he is still being very aggressive in helping Lucian get a kill. But
they're still on the same team.
Which is weird, but hey, it's just lore, and that does not affect gameplay, but it is nice to talk about.
Wukong comes out, Wukong ulti. Shen's gonna die right here.
Ooh. Wow, okay. Good use of the W for Shen to stop auto attacks because that had saved her life. Shaco looking for the overextended Wukong, caught in between 2 towers. Wukong is looking for the Shen, but he is just teasing him at that point, and Shaco will pick up the free kill.
That was really nice by that Shen play, how he landed. Taunt, that's what's so deadly about diving Shen, especially since this is still considered early game, is if he lands taunt under you, under tower, that's an automatic tower aggro, and if you take 3 shots this early in the game, you will die to any champ, especially if you take 3 shots from the turn.
Any champ, but we don't consider Alistar's ulti in that category. But we weren't talking about that exactly, so as you saw, oh, here comes Ahri. He has the
Shaco comes in for the counter.
And
barrier doesn't save his life though. Shaco backs off, realizes sorry he's not.
He's waiting for his Q cooldown. Will he go back in? No, doesn't look like it. He's just gonna stick around mid to see what's happening. We have a Shen. He is now down 22 CS. So sure, he's been winning the trades top lane before, but now it just seems like it's going a little downhill. Not too much to worry about now, but it'll definitely become a problem later. If he doesn't get those core items like the Sunfire Cape.
Sona ulti mid, Shaco goes invisible, alright back. She doesn't have enough pull full combo, so Sona was just a little too excited there.
Now Wukong, he's hanging out in Shaco's jungle. Oh boy. Free kill for Wukong.
To delete it with Wukong's Q.
He was acting real sneaky, counter jungling the Shaco's jungle. When does that ever happen? This never happens.
Counter the counter. He pings to go in top though. I think they're gonna set up for a dive after he gets Gromp.
He is making his way towards the river. It doesn't look like he'll be at the tri-brush to try to dive the Shen, even though that would have been the best course of action for a little bit, because eventually Veigar would have showed up to try
Veigar would
to...
have been.
That would have been a bad time.
He goes in, doesn't need Ari at all. Pops ulti, that's Thunderlords. Still in the ult the entire.
Has E and Flash,
dives.
and that
Flash
is
Q.
it.
Shaco with the counter though, probably should kill.
Very easy cleanup. Now Riven's getting caught out up there again by the same strategy over and over again. She gets taunted under tower. She got hit twice by the tower, but she doesn't lose her life this time. 1-for-1.
Goes in on Ari on mid. Shen ulti right away. Ari just dashes out. That's the high mobility that I was trying to stress earlier, because if you don't CC lock her and put everyone's burst on her, she will ult out. And when she has three dashes like that, it's very hard to follow up.
Alright, so if we take a look across the map, it is 5-4 for Ghain Esports. They have a 1.6k gold lead, which is, it's alright at this point of the game. Now if we take a look at the map, my dreams might come true. The Rift Herald is there. Will he be taken though? We have 6 minutes to find out. And I'll be very happy if they do, but it is always not likely. Now Ari gets caught out by the ultimate and the stun, but she gets away with the tiniest bit of HP.
There's that pro skill that we were talking about earlier with the Veigar click ulti. It does its work though in that lane and forces Ari to back, and now Veigar has lane pressure, but Wukong's right there, so he can't really do much.
Every now and then there's aggression bot lane, and just like that, aggression. Sona is hitting the wall. Unfortunately, she will get away. Seems like Thresh will get away, and Ezreal is looking for the straight 1v2 because he has the damage. Lucian and Thresh are low, so it'll be a little harder for them to fight. Top lane, Riven can't fight this Shen. It is simple, and here comes the Shaco gank.
She goes to dive under tower. I think she knows Shaco's there, has a good idea. Either that or is desperate. Might try. No, she's trying to get out. No.
She might go around the world with this. Unfortunately, that was not
Flash.
best.
Wukong's here. Wukong might save. No. Oh, no. Ari's up on the top, but she backs up. She could have fought that.
Wukong gets a 3-man knockup. He gets one. He gets one, and that's it. He only gets one out of the possible 2 that he could have gotten there.
Ari does get the tower, the first tower, which is super important because the entire team gets the large bonus instead of like kind of like First Blood, how it's not regular gold, it's more than the average gold. So the red team gets first tower blood, which opens up a lot of mid. So Ari could gank bot lane, even though they're putting in their own work too by half healthing that. This opens up the map completely for drag and maybe even Rift.
Thresh is being super aggressive bot lane. That is how Threshes need to play. Now Lucian is just half healthing this Ezreal with a basic Q and passive auto attacks. I think it's like Lightbringer or something. So he's gonna be able to push out that wave. His passive is called Light Slinger, so close enough. Lucian will be pushing the bot lane, or will he? They might just call for the Ocean Drake because they have the numbers advantage around it. Will Shaco jump in the pit? Yes, he will. He'll drop a pink ward as well, so they know they don't have vision. Ghain Esports does not have vision of the Dragon Pit, and this might be an easy steal.
Ari's here. She's checking the base. Shaco Q's out. Lucian's here. That is a lot of.
Little
They're
too
gonna
much
turn
damage.
and go straight on a drag. Wukong's here for the steal. Jumps in, gets stunned by Veigar. Sona ulti. Hits no one. Wukong's invisible. Thresh lands hook on clone. It's gonna be drag for red team.
Stolen. The Shaco started it up. That is unfortunately the end of Mr. Veigar, as Thresh tried to save him with the lantern, but he was not in position to take it. And Riven, she was able to kill the Shen 1v1, and that will be a free tier 2.
That is one scary red buff, right? I would be intimidated.
Oh, with her Qs and basically empowered auto attacks, and now she has a red buff. Bot lane beware. Tier 2 taken top tower from... Tier 2 was taken by Riven top side, so that is good. Let's see if Wukong will be able to last hit that. Yep, he gets the blue buff, and unfortunately, Shaco can't follow up. He is not scary enough. He will not become scary yet. At the point he's scary is when he has an infinity edge and is able to like 2-3 shot the carries. That is a very, very scary time. Nice amount of pink wards bot lane. They got 3 in the triangle, so they have pretty good vision in the Tribrush and River. You were saying?
I like the Lucian build. I believe he's going for Essence instead of Youmu's, if I'm correct. But the cool part about Lucian is the type of diversity and playstyle you can have. So you can build Essence Reaver crit build, or you could do what the good pro Koreans build, which is Youmu's in the Black Cleaver, and then in Phantom Dancer or Last Whisperer. But I think he's going Essence because he bought the 2 longswords, but
that's weird. 2 longswords extra, but we'll get to that later. Shaco is one-shotting the Sona. She can't do anything about it.
Ulti. Lucian will get the kill. Charm is in. He heals, but sorry, he's too powerful.
Just control all deleting the Lucian. That is a TP from Riven. Sorry to cut you off. That is the point and click from Veigar. Able to just burst the Ahri entirely.
Pops ulti. As if it's nothing. That is a good zoning by Veigar. Gets the kill.
With all that happening bot lane, that was a 4-for-2 trade. Wukong, like you were mentioning.
Expecting the team fight and realize time rather to golden push into inhibitor tower.
Shen and Shaco. I don't think Shaco does not want to find the Wukong in the jungle, so he's just gonna push mid a little bit. Now Wukong, I think he would be able to one-shot him, but he is thinking about it. He is going around the blue side. That's gonna be a free E, and that's all he needed really to finish off the Shaco 1-for-0. 14-12 for Ghain Esports. Good job.
Did he even use Q in that situation, or did he just...
He just E'd. He just showed up, pounded his face.
Basic him. Lights out.
Yeah. Wukong has a Black Cleaver and a Warrior Enchant Stalker's Blade. And a Longsword. Maybe it was a Longsword that did all the finishing him off there with the E, but good job. Is he maxing that? Yes, he is. He maxed the E, so that dealt basically 350 damage, so... Shaco has low health. He's gone.
The good part about the red team lane pressure is that this opens up Dragon, the next Dragon, which is probably the second most important that Inferno, and that will just help them siege even faster. But bot lane's fight.
Unfortunately, the Rift Herald is gone, but we have more important matters to get to. There is a team fight bot lane. People are dying. Ahri, a good catch onto the squishy Lucian because that is what he is known to do. Top lane.
Wukong pops ulti. Veigar's still tanky.
They spot him under tower.
Wukong's diving. That's not a good idea.
That is the end of that team fight.
He wasn't expecting to pull tower aggros quickly.
Riven
comes back, but this tower is at 5% HP, so...
Riven is starting to get out of control. Shen would have to call for help if Riven is top lane solo again, as her team is everywhere else on the map, because, like I mentioned, there ain't no surviving the Riven.
And especially now she has GA, so even if you... she'll pop back up, dash even more, and shield even more, and stun even more. So it's a tricky situation with Riven. I think you would just have to focus Ahri. She's the main priority. and then Wukong, because in my experience, there's no way to kill a good and a fed Riven. The cooldowns and the kit that they have is very powerful.
Alright. Carrying Brandon's going mid lane. Shaco was trying to look for the quick assassination onto the Ezreal. Unfortunately, he didn't walk towards their base a little more, so Shaco would have been in auto attack range. Yep, 4 members for carrying Brandon mid. And
now I think the red team is they're baiting it or pinging it. They know it's up, but and the carry Brandon team no wards. I believe at all. Drag pits. Fog of War is not their friend in subjective right now. They're starting it, so I think they should get this fountain easy peasy. Thresh is here though. He'll probably drop.
He lands the hook. Unfortunately, that is all that's going to be. Ahri's going to take. Unfortunately, there is no damage with the lantern.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to scare him or something. Collect the souls maybe that the drag drops, but it looks like red team is gathering mid now and probably going to try and find a push for a final fight and end the game.
Right. Ghain Esports, they're going back to their initial strategy, but he's getting cut out. That is an instant burst onto the Ezreal. Sona is shadow taunting the Sona. She gets a nice 3-man ultimate to try to save her own life, and she gets away because of it. Good job, but because every member of carrying Brandon is mid lane, Riven would have free reign over the tower. They can just grab that and just go kill the Shen right after. Nice double taunt from Shen to try to prevent that as flawless as possible. Shaco, goodbye. Nice knowing you. And that is a free 2-for-0 mid. It's technically 2-for-1, but in that top lane scenario.
Doesn't land stun, but is there to back off. Riven has no respect for them at all.
She is just going in. She's going bananas. She gets her GA popped under tower. She's not getting away from the event horizon, and that is a free kill for Lucian.
That was a really good stun by the guard. As soon as she got up, she aggroed stun, and she was under tower, so she even aggroed tower shots, and there was no issue. Ahri, though, the same thing. Doesn't care if she's under Nexus. She will still one-shot you.
And this is where your priorities that you mentioned earlier needs to come into play. The Ahri, she is easily, even though there is a Fed Riven on Ghain Esports team, Ahri is the most scary person there because very little amount of people are building MR. You have the Thresh with a ZZ portal, but that's it. She can just melt people with her ultimate, with her charm, make someone useless for 2.5 seconds. I think that's the math. And here comes Lucian with the culling. Should be an easy kill on the Sona. We have backup coming from the Riven. She will have not another full item yet, but soon.
There's that click ult from Vigar that shuts down, but I don't know if they can capitalize with the Riven.
Riven.
Lance hook, good job. Wukong's here, probably gonna pop a Cyclone. Flashes in on Shaco, takes him out, smites Vigar. Vigar pops Zonius. Probably not likely he'll strike. And the triple for Wukong.
Yep, very nice timing for the Riven to knock up the Veigar as he came up. Got Adazonias, my bad. Thresh trying to prevent the mid lane minions of going into the tower because he's got a ZZ route there. That is 2 inhibs down total for Ghain Esports, and their base will be coming in filled with super minions soon. Now would be a great time for Baron and just end the game.
The good part about the ZZ route is that pulled back a majority of the wave push. Even if it is super minions, it will still stall. But I don't know if that's enough for the blue side, to be honest. I think they're in a pretty big deficit right now.
I mean, for Ghain Esports, they're like, oh, Thresh is just going to take a lot of minions with that ZZ route portal, so it's going to be worth for Ghain Esports, and they're going to have a great win. Everything is dandy. We're going to have a great weekend because of it. But no, Sona is taking the pink ward, denying even more vision for carrying Brandon's team. They are around the Baron. They might want to start that up soon because it is a great idea to combine the Baron buff with the super minions because that is an unstoppable force going into their base. Thresh, however, is gonna find a Sona soon? Nope. Sona's caught out. But so is Shaco.
She follows him completely, almost as if scripting, gets ignited. Vigar comes out, but no follow. Ooh. Combo wombo.
What the wombo
Thresh pops the Pentagon, but not much comes out of that. For the retreat. But to be honest, I think that the only way this team will capitalize is Thresh lands Hook or Vigar lands key player, but they're starting Baron.
Yes, they have a ton of DPS, so this Baron is going down. Now, yeah, there is no contest. This will be a free Baron. They will be pushing in the super minion wave, or they will recall and grab items and just be ready for the final push. It seems like it. Right, now that Ghain Esports has shown their dominance by taking 2 inhibs and a Baron, let's check out the items. With the top lane, the difference is basically 60 CS for Riven. That is a big deficit, and her items, they're all armor penetration. So Shen doesn't really stand a chance, but there is always hope. Now, just like what I usually say, for carrying Brandon, the best thing they can do right now is get a pick. The Event Horizon. Veigar's stun can easily cage the Ahri so that she'll be trapped and be forced to take 2-3 abilities that could finish her off. Once again, she is the important one here. She needs to die. She has a Luden's Echo, Relimanicon, and the buildings of Azanias. So there's the Event Horizon, 2 abilities in Sona. She gets half health. Unfortunately, that's not the target they need right now.
Their initial push is just they land Stone on Echo, but or Ezreal, but I don't believe. Here comes Sona ulti. Pentagon's down. Knights are all dropping. Coling does nothing. Shaco's in the back line, but gets knocked up by the Cyclone. They have no hard CC or engagement. Vigar is trying everything he can. Drops Q. Pops barrier, probably saves his life. Nope. Sona takes it out. That will be game for Team Red.
Yep, congratulations to Ghain Esports, a 30 kill to 20 kill game, up around 16k gold, but congratulations, you won. Alright, that was a fun game to spectate. I'd like to thank CJ for joining me. Thanks, man.
No problem, it was my pleasure.
Alright, this is it for tonight. The late game is over. The Algonquin College Esports First Encounter Tournament will be back tomorrow night. Not at the same time, I promise you that much. But hey, they are fighting. 18 teams are fighting really for a spot in the finals November 19th at Algonquin College. It's going to be a great time getting there. Stick around. We are going to have some more tomorrow. Good night, everyone.